Hello FlossTube, my name is Tamara and welcome to my channel Tamara Cross Stitch. In today's video I want to make the whip parade of this spring of 2025. I used to do this. I used to do how do they say summary video of all the designs I have stitched in a certain season, because I consider myself a seasonal stitcher, so I stitch designs according to a season. And it's interesting, first of all, for me to see what I achieved, and also I'm doing the how it's called, whip parade, or in the end of the year, like a totally a parade with all the designs I have stitched in that year. I don't do a half a year whip, I don't do like monthly whips, something like this. Parades, sorry. So let's see what I have stitched so far. I have stitched 8 designs, which makes not even 9 per month. But for me, not the number, but the quality and the feelings which I got when I was stitching the certain design are important. And I have a lot of just nan, even though I hadn't planned this. Yes, I love just nan, I admit. I'm like an addict stitching just nan designs, but this month it was kind of, I had designs which were purchased, which were big wishes for a long time, the new release designs. So yes, the dominant designer of the season is just nan. And let me start with the first design. This is Finchley's summer house, I think it's called, the design. It was a great wish of mine to stitch this design. I stitched it on the fabric which was recommended by the key. This is Zweigart, kind of, it looks like hand dyed, but it's not hand dyed. Unfortunately, it's an out of print fabric. And as I said, the design was a great wish. It was a quick stitch, it was a lovely stitch, and I'm happy that I managed even to finish this one in a frame. This frame was purchased initially. It's from TK Maxx. I like it very much. It's a heavy one, by the way. It's not plastic, for sure. It's not plastic. It was purchased initially for a design by Dimensions, Petite Gold, you know, like 13 on 18 centimeters. And because this one, like on the paper which was there when I purchased it, it was saying like 13 by 18, but it's 13 by 18 if you take into consideration this part where it underneath, you know. And that one, that design had like everything stitched on the edges, so I couldn't do like this one, you see. This one I could take even a bit smaller frame or a bit larger frame, it would have been okay. And I couldn't do that, so that one I framed professionally. I mean, that dimensions I framed professionally in a studio. And for a year, or even more than a year, here I had a finished it's called card from Luca-S, but that one was not final. I told myself that when a design which is going to fit here perfectly will be stitched, I'm going to finish it in it. And when I was stitching this one, I just was like thinking in my mind, which one? And then when I was like going through everything I had at home, I found it and I said, okay, this one is meant to be here. Yes, and I like it very much how it looks like. Very beautiful. And yes, I'm very glad that I managed to stitch and finish this one. And the next design, again, it's a just nan. This is Rosie Rabbit. This is from the Shenanigans line series. This is the first shenanigan I have stitched. I have a couple. I think I have little in my stash. I don't have a lot. But whenever I was thinking about stitching something from this series, my first choice would always have been Rosie, the rabbit. Yes, I had a very big, how they say, fondness to this rabbit. And this spring I said before Easter, because I have kind of a tradition at Easter to stitch a bunny, I said that okay, this year the bunny is going to be Rosie. A lot of the materials I used to have, and be careful for those who would like to stitch this one, and if you would like to stitch it with the materials according to the key, it's a bit problematic, I would say, because this one, the bunny, is being stitched with alpaca threads by Rainbow Gallery, which are an out of print threads. So if you find them on eBay, maybe you have in your stash, maybe somebody you know has them in their stash, it would be a great finding. And you would say that yes, I can change with something else. Yes, you can, but believe me, the effect these threads give to your bunny is cannot be replaced with anything. Yes, it's amazing. It's amazing. I like it very much how this bunny looks like. And I didn't like, by the way, stitching with these threads. I didn't like at all the feeling I got, but the final how they say, the final result, it works. And the whole stitch, I mean, like the whole thing, it took me 3 days to stitch, as far as I remember. Yes, very quick. And the roses, which are on the background, wallpaper roses as I used to call them, they are stitched with DMC Pearl Cotton number 5. And also for me it was a first, because I haven't stitched so far with such threads. I liked, and I thought that I should choose more designs where I can stitch with such thick threads. I like the effect, you know. The fabric I had, it's the 20th count cork linen by Zweigart, even though according to the key it should have been 20th count, 19th count, so a bit bigger. So if you would stitch on the count which is recommended by the key, your design would be even a bit bigger than mine. And when I finished it, I said, I finished stitching it, I said, okay, what if I'm going to frame it? Because I wanted to frame it, not a pin cushion, pillow, not pin cushion, sorry, pillow. And I found this frame in my stash. I just bought it because I thought it's a neutral color, which would go with a lot of designs. And due to the fact that it was kind of like tall, I mean, like the design, I told myself that I have to do something, and I just found some in my stash, and I used it here. A great idea it would be to have this one in green. You know, I thought about this because I had it in white. It's cotton, and this green should be one of the greens which I used here, because there are 2 or 3 greens used here, if I'm not wrong. But you have to dye it to get this color, and you have to combine the dyes in such ways to get it. I don't know. Yes, it's a great idea. Maybe I will try it sometime, because this one is not sticked here. It's just attached on the back, and that's it. Like, you can, when you are dismantling the design, the frame, everything can be taken away. So I don't know, maybe in time, when I'll have the time and the willingness, I will dye this one in green. So far I'm going to leave this one like this, because I like how this one looks finished like this. And if to speak about just Nan, let me finish with other Nans which I have stitched and finished. So I had this one for Easter, like Rosie bunny, and I said that I'm going to have one more bunny project, and this is Cloverly and her bungalow, Cloverly bunny. I had this one in my stash for a long time, because this one was available to be purchased for a long time, as far as I know. I think this was the only house which you could buy like just like this, because 2 of them were special editions for silver needle, and they like finished, and you could just buy them from eBay, you know, like not from a shop, like just like this. This one is being sold for a long time. Now, as far as I know, it's not being sold anymore. And then when Alvira's house like was released, that one also could be purchased just like this. For Cloverly, if you noticed, I haven't used the button, the rose button, which was in the embellishment pack. I decided that since this one is a bunny, it's the only bunny like this, I'm going to like attach it carrot, and this one has a carrot. And the house, I absolutely not happy with the roof, like the edges of the roof, like the corners of the roof, but it is as it is. I cannot change anything now. And I wanted to stitch this design mostly because the other houses, like 3 other houses by Just Nan, I have already stitched, and I had kind of like the ambition of having all the houses stitched. This would be the bottom. Nice one, really nice one. So this was the house. Then 2 more designs, which were like the design which started the spring and the design which ended the spring. So in February it was announced the mouse on a biscorn project, like seasonal. At least I understood that all of them are going to be mice. And in February it was announced, and until it was shipped to the shops, until the shop shipped it to me, I had this one. It's a winter design, but I had it in the last days of February. And you know, February is short, it's not like a long month. But nevertheless, I decided that I'm going to stitch it like the last days of winter, to have this one stitched, because I wanted very much to stitch the newly released design. I managed to do it, but I finished it like in the first days of March. So no matter that I'm a seasonal stitcher and this is a winter design, this would be the first finished project of spring. Yes. It is as it is, as I used to say. And this one is the continuation of the series. This is the spring design, and this is Hattie the hedgehog and her biscornu. The pink one, the nice one. And this one was released in May, and fortunately it reached me quick enough to stitch and finish it in May and to show it to you. Nice one, really nice one. And I am eagerly waiting for the third one, which is going to be in this series. Also, let me finish with the small designs. I have such a horsey, a Crocus horse. This is from Frusilok. It's an Ukrainian brand. And this would be the second horse like this I have, rocking horse. Yes, it rocks. You see? The first one is Christmas, and the Christmas horse, and I stitched it a couple of years ago, even more, I think, even more. And I had 3, now I have 2 more in the stash, because I bought these horses so that I would have a horse per season, you know. They have many more, but I told myself that I'm going to stitch the ones I have in stock, in stash, not in stock, I'm not a shop, in stash. And then I will decide to buy more, or if I'm going to buy more. That's why Crocuses, I thought it's a spring design, and I took it out from my stash and I stitched it. And the summer one, at least the one which I'm considered to be the summer themed one, will follow soon, you'll see. What I like about these kits is the fact that they have everything inside. I mean, like the wooden pieces, they have the back part which is already cut. You have to use just a few dots of glue here, there, and you put like the back thing. You have like the electronic chart. I can stitch it in my app. What else? The threads, everything is there. So it's a very pleasant project to have. So yeah, so this would be the small projects. There are how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 projects I'm considering them to be. And the next one is such a design. This is Embroideress by Luca-S, such a beautiful little girl. This one was stitched as a continuation for other Embroideress stitcher by Luca-S, which was purchased and stitched years ago. This one was released also years ago, but I just purchased that one, and like recently realizing that I'm kind of having already a collection of stitchers. I purchased it last summer and I stitched it. It's stitched on Aida because that one many years ago it was stitched on Aida as well, and it is framed in the same type of frame as the previous one I showed you in the previous video. And this one is waiting for Elizabeth from Heritage Crafts, the project I have now, to be finished as well. It wasn't an easy project. I complained many times because it's small, but it's complicated because there are 30 and something colors. It's a like a mix up of cross stitches, then a mix up of back stitch, different colors of back stitch. But till the end, this one is stitched, is ready, it's framed, and I am very, very happy about this. And the next one, which was finished, this is the beautiful house. I don't know if you can see it all. Victorian house, textured Victorian house by Sunset, by Dimensions. This one was started 2 years ago and it was left merciless. I mean, like, I wasn't stitching it. And this year I decided that I should take into consideration designs which I left some time ago, and I should pay attention to them and I should stitch them. And this one was taken out from forgetfulness, or how would I say, and I finished it. It's a very, very beautiful design. It's unusual. It's not cross stitch. I call it like it's called needlepoint, the technique, but for me it's specialty stitches, mostly specialty stitches. And I'm glad that I managed to finish this one. It's a big design. It's the only one which is not framed, because I am not going to frame in a purchased frame. I'm not sure that I can find such a size, and I want something beautiful. That's why I'm going to go with this one into a framing studio. Of course, you have the details in my videos. Again, I will repeat myself, like I'm not going. It's stitched on the mesh which was in the kit. It was great. It was great. It is beautiful. You know, now when I see like some needlepoint design being sold, I'm kind of like looking at them, but still I want to find something which is also, it's going, the needlepoint wouldn't be just half stitch in half stitch on such a mesh. You see, I want something which also has specialty stitches, because with specialty stitches it's much more beautiful. And yes, these are all the designs I have stitched this spring. I said not many, but still I think they're nice, they're beautiful. I think I did a great job, yes. In Moldova we have a saying, if you don't praise yourself, nobody else would do. So yes, if I wouldn't praise myself, who else would praise me? And that's not everything. In the end of the video, I'm going to leave you with some filming I have done in Sudeley Castle. It was a surprise for me, because I saw that we have it like not very far away, and I like very much visiting castles. I was impressed by the beauty, and then I started like reading about the castle, and apparently Sudeley Castle is the castle where Catherine Parr, the sixth wife of Henry VIII, she went there with her next husband, and she lived the last years of her life there. Unfortunately, she died after giving birth to her only child, and she died, and she was buried there. So it's considered to be the only privately owned castle in England which has a queen buried on its lands. Yes, a lot of cross stitch I saw there, stitching, framed stitching. I tried to film especially these parts, because I know that generally speaking, everything which was connected with handcraft I tried to film, because I know that it's interesting for you. I hope you are going to like the video. I hope it's going to be interesting for you, and see you in my next videos. Until then, bye bye.